So is there enough time to become a great guitarist if you're over 40? Well, here's a hard truth. If you're wasting time on the wrong things, it could be too late. So in this video, I'm going to show you the proven approach I've used with hundreds of my adult students by avoiding the 3 biggest mistakes that cause slow progress, what you should actually focus on instead, and a proven, simple way to structure your practice for faster, more noticeable results. And just so you know, if you're short on time and not seeing the progress you want, it's probably because you're not making the most of your practice time. I've helped hundreds of students turn that around, and you can do the same by checking out the link in the description below. But first, why is it so much harder later in life to learn guitar, and what can we do about it? When you're over 40, our time is like a jug of water, which is divided between work, family, socializing, house chores, and if you're lucky after all that, you'll have just a drop or two of time for guitar. Or is there any point? Well, yes, of course, but it's vital to make every practice session count. And how do we do that? Firstly, we need to look at the 3 biggest mistakes that could be slowing you down. Have you ever watched someone play effortlessly on guitar and thought, whoa, I'll never be that good? Social media is packed with incredible guitarists who seem miles ahead. But here's the secret, you're only seeing their highlights. Behind each performance are countless retakes, edits, and hours of unseen practice. Instead of getting stuck comparing yourself to others, shift your focus to you. Did you learn a new chord? Now a trick in transition. Master a song. Celebrate every tiny win. Each one means you're improving. So while constantly comparing yourself to others, there's another big trap most of us fall into that's just as damaging. Have you ever clicked on one of those learn guitar in 5 minutes videos and ended up feeling more confused and frustrated? I generally emphasize with new learners today. When I first started, there was no YouTube promising instant results. We had to rely on books, teachers, and just, basically trial and error. Now we're bombarded by quick fix promises that set unrealistic expectations. But here's the truth, there are no shortcuts. No one masters the fretboard in 5 minutes. It's simply impossible. Real progress comes from practice, patience, and consistency. But even those won't be good enough if you fall into the next trap that stalls progress. Learning guitar online is like stepping into a sweet shop. Everywhere you look, there's something tempting you to try it. You might sample a bit here, a bit there, but soon you'll overload yourself feeling confused and frustrated. What should you focus on and not get overwhelmed? When I first started guitar, I thought spending hours on scales and exercises would turn me into this amazing guitarist. And boy, I got it so wrong. I gotten so caught up in technique that I can barely play a single song. So should you focus on songs when you don't have much time? Well, not exactly. I call this powerful practice plan the 3 S's. Spend half your practice session working on one chord-based song that you love. Resist the temptation to jump around. The key is choosing songs at exactly the right difficulty. Not too easy, not too hard, but right in a sweet spot where you're challenging yourself just enough. Next, spend 30% of your time on single note riffs or lead parts. Ideally choose a riff or a solo from a song that you've already learned to build up picking accuracy and control. If your current song doesn't have a riff or solo, pick a simple one that you just enjoy. Finally, last portion of your practice, which is 20%, needs to deepen your musical understanding of the fretboard. But don't overwhelm yourself with endless theory. Instead, simply ask your questions on the current song you're learning. What key is the song in? Can I find the root note of that key on every string? Is that song major or minor? Which scales is it based on? What chords belong to this key? Can I play these chords in different positions along the neck? By answering questions like these, you'll connect the dots between theory and music, and it will just make everything click. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great, but how can I possibly fit all this into my busy schedule? I love this quote, and it's a secret for guitar players over 40 who want to get better. You don't have to make time if you haven't got time. But how do we do that? The easy place to start to create more time is to look at your current habits and see if you can free up more time. Think about how much time you spend on TV, scrolling through your phone. Those moments add up quickly. But if relaxing with TV or social media is important to you, here are some easy hacks to help squeeze guitar practice into your day. I stole this idea from Atomic Habits, and it's called habit stacking. Drinking your morning coffee, pick up your guitar for a few minutes. Want to watch your favorite show? Make a simple rule, 10 minutes of guitar first, and then I can watch my favorite TV show. That show now becomes your reward. Keep your guitar easy, accessible. Every time you walk past it, pick it up and play, or it will just be a gentle reminder to pick it up later. Waiting for the kettle to boil, grab your guitar and run through a riff or a chord progression. But what if I told you there's a way to practice guitar even when you're not holding it? So whenever you've got that opportunity just to listen to music, whether that be going to work or doing house chores, listen closely to the song you're learning to internalize the rhythm and structure. Sing or hum the riff or melody out loud. Also, you can visualize the chord progression in your head. Screenshot the music, chords, scales, or whatever you're working on and glance at them in your downtime. All these little tiny moments really add up and can make massive progress. Now, even though you know exactly what to practice and how to maximize your time, there are still a few critical things that can hold you back. Make sure you watch this next video where I'll reveal 5 huge mistakes self-taught guitarists make and how avoiding them can literally save you years of frustration.